Did you know that the story of Atlantis, the legendary lost city, comes from the writings of the ancient Greek philosopher, Plato? It is a tale of a magnificent island civilization that vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night. A story so powerful, it has captivated treasure hunters, historians, and dreamers for over 2,000 years. Welcome to Timeless Europe, where we journey back through the ages to uncover the continent's most fascinating stories and enduring mysteries. Today, we are diving deep into the legend of Atlantis, as told by Plato in his dialogues, the Timaeus and Critias. This isn't just a fairy tale, it was presented as a true account, a piece of history passed down through generations. The story is framed as a conversation. An old man named Critias recounts a tale his grandfather heard from Solon, one of the 7 sages of Greece. Solon, in turn, learned it from Egyptian priests who kept ancient records. They told him of a mighty power that once existed, an island empire located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to the legend, Atlantis was a gift from the gods. Poseidon, the god of the sea, was given the island and fell in love with a mortal woman then named Plato. He built a home for her on a central hill and, to protect her, he surrounded it with 5 concentric rings of water and land, 2 of land and 3 of water, creating a unique and defensible capital. This geography defined Atlantis. The capital city was a marvel of engineering. The citizens built bridges to connect the land rings and carved a massive canal that ran from the sea all the way to the central island, creating a grand harbor filled with ships. The outer land rings were packed with homes, temples, and docks, while the innermost island was reserved for the royal palace and sacred temples. Atlantis was ruled by the descendants of Poseidon and Plato. Their first son, Atlas, became the first king, and the island and the surrounding ocean were named after him. The kingdom was divided into 10 portions, each ruled by one of the 10 original sons or their heirs. They governed according to laws laid down by Poseidon himself, inscribed on a pillar of a special metal called orichalcum, located in the central temple. The island was incredibly wealthy. It was a paradise of natural resources. The earth provided abundant food, fragrant plants, and exotic fruits. The forests offered plenty of timber for building, and the land was home to a variety of animals, including elephants. Most impressively, the island's mines yielded precious metals like gold and silver, and the rare, fiery metal orichalcum, which was said to be second only to gold in value. The Atlanteans used this wealth to build breathtaking structures, temples with silver walls and golden pinnacles, and a magnificent statue of Poseidon in his chariot, all crafted from gold and orichalcum. With such immense wealth came formidable military power. Atlantis commanded a huge army and a vast navy. The capital city alone could field over 10,000 war chariots and supported a fleet of 1,200 ships. This military might allow them to conquer other lands, creating an empire that stretched across parts of Europe and Africa, reaching as far as Egypt and Italy. For a time, they were the dominant power of the known world. But as generations passed, something began to change. The divine nature of the Atlantean kings started to weaken as it mixed with mortal blood. Greed and ambition began to corrupt their noble spirits. Plato describes how their hearts became filled with unrighteous avarice and power. They were no longer content with their idyllic island and sought to enslave the rest of the world. Their aggressive expansion led them into conflict with the people of ancient Athens. According to the tale, Athens at that time was the pinnacle of virtue and courage. While other nations surrendered to the Atlantean onslaught, the Athenians stood alone, leading a coalition of Greek states against the mighty empire. In a heroic struggle, they defeated the Atlantean forces, liberating the conquered peoples and halting the empire's advance. But the final blow came not from mortals, but from the gods. Zeus, the king of the gods, saw the moral decay of the Atlanteans and decided to punish them. He gathered the other gods to pass judgment. What followed was a cataclysm of unimaginable scale. In a single, terrible day and night, violent earthquakes and devastating floods racked the island. The great civilization of Atlantis, with all its wealth, power, and people, was swallowed by the sea, vanishing forever beneath the waves. For Plato, the story of Atlantis was more than just a historical account. It was a cautionary tale, a powerful moral lesson. It served as a classic example of a society that falls from grace. The Atlanteans were given everything: divine lineage, immense wealth, and incredible power, but their hubris, their moral corruption and insatiable greed, led to their downfall. In contrast, ancient Athens represented the ideal state, one that values virtue, justice, and courage over material wealth and imperial ambition. The story highlights the conflict between a virtuous, humble society and a decadent, arrogant empire. It's a timeless warning that pride comes before a fall, and that no matter how powerful a civilization becomes, it is nothing without moral integrity. And so, the legend of Atlantis endures. Was it a real place, a memory of a Bronze Age civilization like the Minoans, destroyed by a volcanic eruption? Or was it purely a philosophical allegory created by Plato to illustrate his political and ethical ideas? We may never know for sure. But the allure of that lost island, a perfect world undone by its own imperfections, continues to inspire us to search, to question, and to dream. Thanks for joining us on this journey to the depths of history and legend. If you enjoyed this exploration of Atlantis, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Timeless Europe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Let us know in the comments what ancient mystery you'd like us to uncover next. Until then, keep exploring the past.